Hello guys, welcome to our YouTube channel once again. We are now going to do more examples about the lesson stationary points. And you all know already from our part 1 that when we say stationary points, dy over dx is equivalent to 0. And if you want to know if it is a maximum or minimum, you have to get the value of the second derivative. After getting the value of the second derivative, identify if the value is positive or negative. If it is positive, then it is a minimum value or minimum point. Okay. If it is negative, then it is a maximum point. Okay. Today, I'll be discussing new problems that might be a little bit confusing or a little bit complex. For example, this one. There is a missing variable a. It says the curve y is equal to 2x cubed plus ax squared minus 12x plus 7 has a maximum point at x is equal to negative 2. Find the value of a. Okay. As I've told you a while ago, when we say stationary point, maximum point, it's either maximum point or minimum point. Okay, dy over dx is equal to 0. Since dy over dx is equal to 0, okay, dy over dx is equal to 0, then this will be later on be equals to 0, be substituted to 0, and then you get first the derivative of y in terms of x, or derivative of y with respect to x. So it will become 6x squared. 2 times a is 2a, x to the power of 1 minus 12. So this is dy over dx. You know that it will be 0 equals 6x squared plus 2ax minus 12. Remember, the value of the x at that maximum point is negative 2. To find out the value of that a, 0 is equal now to substitute in the x with negative 2. Okay, plus 2a times negative 2 minus 12. Thus, it will become 0 equals 6 times 4 is 24 plus, minus 4a minus 12. 24 minus 12 is 12. Okay, you subtract both sides by 12, it will become negative 12 is equal to negative 4a. Thus, a is equivalent to 3 because you divide both sides by negative 4. As simple as that for the first example. Now, let's move on to the next example. It says, the curve y is equal to x squared plus a over x plus b. You know that y equals x squared plus a over x means ax to the power of negative 1, then plus b. Okay, this one is equivalent to this. Okay, and it says it has a stationary point at 1, negative 1. Therefore, dy over dx is equal to 0 at that point. Okay, letter A, find the value of a and the value of the b. Okay, remember that a and b here are constant numbers. When you say constant numbers, it doesn't have, it's only representing a number. Okay, so it means if you are going to say 1, negative 1 is a stationary point, then dy over dx is equal to 0. And you have to find the value of this. Okay, find the derivative of y in terms of x. It will be 2x, okay, minus a x to the power of negative 2. Y negative 2, negative 1 minus 1 is negative 2. Then you don't have a derivative of b because b basically is a constant. Thus, what you are going to do now here is to equate this thing by 0. Okay? Or you can bring down first x power of negative 2. Okay? But remember, x can be changed to 1. So this will become 0 equals 2 times 1 minus, okay, a times 1 to the power of negative 2. And this can be written as a over 1 to the power of 2. I'll bring it down. Okay, which means, okay, 2 times 1 is 2 minus a divided by 1 is a. So 0 is equal to 2 minus a. Thus, a is equal to a is equal to 2. Okay, I'll bring negative a to the left side or add both sides by a. So a now is equal to 2. Since a is equal to 2, okay, to find out the value of the b, I know that the value of the x is 1. I know that the value of the y is negative 1. Okay? And I know that the value of the a is 2. Which means I can use the equation of the curve to find out what is the b. Okay? Y is negative 1. X is 1. A is 2. X is 1 plus b. So you have this. Since you have all these things already, then we can find out the value of the b. 1 squared is 1. 2 divided by 1 is 2. So it will become negative b is equal now to negative 1 minus 1 minus 2, which is basically b is equal to negative 4. So this is the value of a and this is the value of b. Answer for letter A. Okay, how about letter B? This is supposed to be letter B. Okay. How about letter B? Determine the nature of the stationary point. When we say nature, again, it means it's either a minimum point or a maximum point. But you have to show your working. And how are we going to show it? Okay. You have to get the second derivative or the derivative of the first derivative, which is this. But remember, this can also be written as 2x minus, the a is already 2. Okay, 2x to the power of negative 2. Get the derivative of this, you will get dy squared over d squared y over dx squared, which is 1 times 2 is 2. X to the power of 0 will be 1. Okay, negative 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, positive 4. Then x to the power of negative 3. Okay, now if the stationary point is 1, negative 1, and the value of the x is 1, then I can change this to 1. Remember, this can also be written as 4 over x power of 3. So this is 2 plus 4 over x power of 3. And it will be 2 plus 4 over 1 cube. 4 divided by 1 is equivalent to 4. 4 plus 2 is equivalent to 6. So you notice it's a positive. Let's just recall maximum point. Okay. Let's just recall that. In a maximum point, the second derivative is lower than 0. So it means a negative. In a minimum point, the second derivative is higher than 0. So it's a positive. Since it's a positive, then, okay, negative 1 is a minimum point. Okay? That's the answer for letter B. I hope you have learned something in watching this video. Thank you very much. If you want to learn more about all these things that we are discussing in this YouTube channel, please don't forget to subscribe and click that bell button.